Hello, I am Archivist Saren, and welcome to my study. And today, we are back to Dark Souls 1 Pyromancy only. Now, off stream, because it took, once again, quite a few attempts, I did the Quelaag skip another time, which it's a harrowing journey, because honestly, I kind of forgot that this room existed. So what you have to what you have to do essentially is just getting through this isn't enough, because all these stairs and then this room and then the bell room are all considered part of Quelaag's boss room. So at the very least, you need to be here before the skip actually works. And so many tries, I would either get lost in that room or this room because I forgot there was this room in the middle here. Or I would end up falling into here, which means that you fall... I mean, normally it would be good, but if you fall in here, you kind of fall indefinitely because the elevator isn't loaded in. So you just fall down and fall through the elevator into the void, and you never come back. So that's a problem. So I need to make it through both rooms and figure out somehow that I'm in this little corner here. And that's very difficult without being able to see anything else. So yeah, it's a bit of an interesting run, but I made it again, and now that we have the Lord Vessel, I can teleport to the Daughter of Chaos bonfire, which is the fair lady over there. But I just wanted to be here to show that the fog gate is still indeed here, and Quelaag is still indeed alive. So we're just skipping her. We can't do anything about that because she's immune to pyromancy. So I mean, what are we supposed to do, really? So we have a few things we need to do here. We need to first give the fair lady 30 humanity so that she opens the secret tunnel. And then we need to go to Sen's fortress and get the fire stone plate ring. Because people have said that you can, at least for a short amount of time, walk through the lava in this zone if you have the stone plate ring and the gold hemmed set. Because they both give a lot of fire resistance. So if we do that, we have a chance of being able to make it through the place that we need to get through. Alternatively, we could possibly go into the DLC and try to get the half physical damage pyromancy and see if that can kill, or at least cut off the tail of the centipede demon. Because if we could do that, we could get the orange stone or the orange charred ring, and that would be very good for us. But in the meantime, let's use the twin humanities first, because I think all humanities restore the same amount of HP. Alright, so now we need up to 30 from 9. So that's 21, I believe. That's a lot of humanities. But you can farm infinite of them from the depths. Plus, I already have the gold covetous serpent ring, so honestly, it wouldn't be that hard to find dozens of humanities elsewhere. Alright, and there's our great chaos fireball, very useful. And then we need to offer many a humanities. I think doing all 30 at once shouldn't cause an issue, right? Probably not. Chaos Storm. So did that open the shortcut? Did it do the thing? I don't know how to tell. Does something happen when the shortcut's opened? Does it like play a animation or something? Either way, we do have 3 extra humanity, so if we need to, we can always come back and do that. But we need to go... Where do we need to go? Sen's Fortress. So that's Undead Parish. It's hard to remember where you're going when the name of the place you need to go to isn't on the list of places available. But we need to go to Sen's Fortress, go up the cage, and then I think down the stairs to that lower area, and I believe the stone plate ring is there. And that should help us quite a lot once we have that. Yeah, why couldn't they have had the cage drop you off like right outside the gates? I mean, they totally could have done that. Okay, bye. Oh, he just walks right off. Okay. Well, good for him. He's living his best life. We'll just stop here. I don't think it's over that way. I think it's down there. And there is that we can get to down there. I think it's just a crossbow. It's not really anything too important, but might as well grab it. Oh, hi. Well, I do still one-shot them. I was worried I wouldn't one-shot them because they're higher level, but evidently not. Good day, sir. And stone plate ring? Yes. Okay. That's all we needed from here. So now we go back up, go down to the bonfire, go talk to the fair lady again, and run on out to see if that thing is open. Though I could have sworn there was a... No, wait. It wasn't that there was an animation. Oh, why did I get back up? It wasn't that there was an animation of the door opening, it's that I can just now go and open the door once I get to it. That's why I remember seeing it open. So yeah, we should be fine. Let's put on said stone plate ring. Put it here for now. And I have killed Ceaseless Discharge because I needed souls to get Toxic Mist a bit ago off stream when I was testing to see if that could kill Quelaag, which it can't, so... Because she's not just immune to fire damage or toxin, because you can toxin her in other ways. She's just immune to pyromancy in general, so... Basically, I tried to use the Toxic Mist, and it absolutely did nothing to her. So there's just literally no way to kill her, which I think is pretty much the same for the Centipede Demon, which is why I'm trying to avoid killing him, or even trying to kill him, because I think it'll just have the same effect. I think he's just immune to pyromancy. Same with the Bed of Chaos, as would be expected. Although the Bed of Chaos, we're just gonna need to punch it. In theory, we could skip it if I really felt like unarmed strikes were, you know, not good for the run. But I feel like unarmed strikes should be fine, because the Bed of Chaos is completely fire resistant. At least that's what the wiki claims. Oh man. He was a bit easier than I remember. You know, honestly, I probably could have gotten the Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring before fighting him the first time, and then I wouldn't have needed to use the... You know, well, it would have been easier to kill him. I probably still would have used the Red Tearstone Ring, but it would have been a lot easier to best him if I could have just used the free 20%. Hey dude, can you, like, not do all this? Ow. Alright, now you've made me angry. Great fireball, go. Oh, you survived that. Well, have another one. Easy enough to solve. So I believe if I just go down through that fog gate over there, I mean, there's the Demon Fire Sage, which hopefully isn't immune to fire. I mean, by its name, you'd kind of assume so, but at the same time, you know, it's like the Asylum Demon, and that thing was not at all immune to fire, so I assume that it'll be fine. Hi. There's a lot of enemies around here, it would seem. We're just gonna ignore them. Oh wait, we don't even need to kill Fire Sage. The secret entrance is right here. Yeah, let's do secret entrance and then let's do the Fire Sage a bit later. Because I want to still test to see if it's killable with Pyromancy, but I don't want to have to make that whole run again just to open this if it is indeed invulnerable to it. Kill all these losers so Solaire doesn't go insane. Oh, Sunlight Metal. Well, isn't that nice? I know one of these drops the Sunlight Maggot. I think it's a 100% drop off of like a specific one. Alright, secret tunnel activated. Oh, 2 for 1. Sunlight Maggot, there it is. Nope, I was too late. Alright, well now we're here. And actually, it looks like we don't even need to go through lava. This just goes straight to this fine fellow here. I should probably kill him though. Although, I think he respawns. Isn't this the respawning one? I'll kill him regardless. If he does respawn, we'll deal with that when we deal with it. Or never, because I'm going this way to get the bonfire, and then hopefully everything will be fine. Okay, yeah, this seems to be right, like going straight for the... Where am I? Oh gosh. Oh, we're here. Oh, this is not a good place to be. Of all the places I could be, here is not one of the ones I want to be. Here, eat this. Here, have some of this. Perchance, would you like some of this? And will this reach you? Yes. Very nice. Oh, of course, it's poison. Hey, you. Taste fire orb. That isn't enough to kill you, huh? That's fine. 2 fire orbs each isn't too bad. Yeah, I knew this place existed. I forgot how you get here. And now I remember. I remember very vividly. Is that death? That looks like death. Where is the exit? Or am I just stuck down here forever? Is this my life now? You know what? To make this easier, we're switching back over to Rusted Iron Ring. I do not care. Is this the exit? There's a chest and a hole. And are you an enemy? No. Thank you. Because the chain's a little obscured. Ooh, red titanite slab. So that's where you get one of those. And red titanite is for fire weapons, right? How about this? Is this death? That looks like death. Why is it always death? How about you? I mean, one of these have to go somewhere, right? Unless these are all just the only way out, which is to die. Maybe there's a illusory wall? I don't know. Honestly, I've seen people come down here because of the Siegmeyer questline. I've never been here myself, and I've never seen people get out of here. So, stairs. I have found them. Okay, well, we're up here now. How does that help us? Do we go up this? This way, maybe? Oh, hey, there's loot. And another guy. That probably doesn't matter. We'll just carry on. Okay, bye. So that's where I came from, right? So I guess up here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd never really been down there very much. Here, let me drink some, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, you do mind. You mind a lot. Okay, goodbye. Oh, I should have attuned my great chaos. Ooh. Okay. You are a little fire resistant. I mean, great combustion does absolutely diddly. So we're just, you know, if you don't mind, I'm gonna be going this way. As long as you don't mind. Okay, time to die a lot. There was no bonfire that I got over here. I'll have to go through the secret tunnel every time I die in here. That's gonna suck. Oh well. The floor doesn't break until second phase, so... Or until we've actually destroyed one of these, so... Not a big deal. Blow it up. Alright, so fire definitely breaks those. Ow. Rude. Ow. Rude. Do you just not let me heal? No, you don't. You literally attack at the perfect interval that nobody can heal. Alright, well, that's half of the boss fight done. Or, I guess 1/3. Jumping into the middle is kind of a big portion of the boss fight in and of itself. But, you know, everybody that says that Bed of Chaos is not a very good boss fight, I would agree. It's always probably my least favorite boss fight in Dark Souls 1. Really? Taurus Demon just body blocks me as this thing does a one-shot grab? Okay. And we have to run past all of this every time we want to attempt this. Which is going to suck. Because I usually die at least 5 times on Bed of Chaos. That's just always how it goes. You know, you get the first one and it's easy and everything's fine. And then half of the floor disappears. And you die like 2 more times trying to get that other side done. And then you die at least 3 times trying to go into trying to get down into the middle area. Because he really does not want you getting into there. He does everything in his power to just block off that entire area. And then you have to make the jump into it while he's doing all that. So... why are all these guys back? And what's taking damage over there? I have so many questions. Because I thought these things only existed once. Could you farm these for sunlight metals then? Because they dropped a sunlight metal earlier. Yep, and this guy does indeed respawn, so no use trying to kill him. You know, if only this was like a... Really? Use the jump attack to go forward? If only this was a sorcery only run, we could take out the weak spots on the Bed of Chaos from a very long ways away, if that were the case. But sadly, Pyromancy is only short to mid-range. So we're not going to be able to cheese it at all. Okay. So now we need to go right, which I think some people say going right first is easier. I'm not sure on that. All I know is I always go left first. Not really certain why. It's just how I do. That's a dead end, I think. Oh yeah, and you can't roll through this. So this has to be a not... Really? Maybe I should be wearing the... Really? At the exact interval that I try to get through here. Go, go, nope. So how are you supposed to get through that? Because the hand sweeps across that center area like every few seconds. And you can't roll through it. Because it's a physical object that pushes you out of the way. So if it doesn't hit you immediately, it'll either push you into the middle and you die, or it will just pull you along with it and then damage you later. So I think maybe going right first was the right option, or would be the right option. Because yeesh. That side kind of like the way the ground breaks over there just makes it so there's no good answer to getting across, which is probably why I die so many times trying to get this, because just trying to get across that right side is very hazardous. Now we need to get through all this again, which is a very long run. We don't even have infinite stamina like in Elden Ring. We're just slow. What I wouldn't give to have Torrent right now. My kingdom for a horse, as they say. This guy better not try to do his stupid jump attack. Okay, jump backwards. That's good. Okay, he's trying to do the lightning. Doesn't get here fast enough, though. And then evade all these guys again, if I can. And you know, this is the exact reason why I always forget that Bed of Chaos is even one of the Lord Souls. I forget the boss exists. I like absolutely block out the memories of this boss fight. Because yeah, half the time when I'm trying to think of what the 4 Lord Souls are in this game, I just completely forget that this one exists. But yeah, you can't make that jump, or at least I couldn't. So maybe I need to... That's gonna come down. How does that keep hitting me? I keep getting hit by like the very farthest twig. Oh my, and it attacks at the exact interval that you can heal. Give it. Oh, that hits as far right as well. Okay, maybe that's how I need to do it. Okay. Really? And then it'll be attacking in 0.2 seconds again. Yeah, they don't seem to have actually factored in the get-up time into his attack sequence. Because he attacks every certain amount of time, but there is an amount of time needed for your character to do the stand-up animation. And they don't seem to have factored for that at all. Ugh. That was a very close one. Okay. So now we just need to use... Well, let me try first with this. Yeah, can't hit it with that. Great Combustion does nothing. So you need to kill it with just an empty hand. Nothing else does damage to it. You're late? Well, I'm glad you made it all the same. And now that's done. This makes a, yeah, this makes a bonfire here. Worst boss of the game done. Very glad that's out of the way. And more health. Thank you. Okay. Now we still need to kill Nito. And that's it, actually. That's the 4th Lord Soul. Alright, well... hardest part is out of the way. And apparently, this was very counterintuitive to me, but apparently Gwyn is actually weak to fire. So, we should have no problem on the final boss. It should be like an Ornstein and Smo type ordeal. I don't know how Nito is with fire, but hopefully not that good. Hey dude, I've never talked to you and I never will. Goodbye. So we need to go back down to the catacombs. I don't know if I could have teleported there. I don't think I could. But either way, we'll just run down into the catacombs. So we did get the Sunlight Maggot. So we can put that on before the Tomb of the Giants comes up. How's going? Going's good, I would say. As long as I can actually remember the route through here. Don't you dare do the roll thing. Okay, thank you. There we go. And you go down to here, I think. Out here, you drink the juice, jump across this, and then jump right down here. Okay. Why am I not falling? Thank you. I was a bit concerned. I was right at the edge there. Oh, how did you hit me? So not only are the bone wheel skeletons rolling after me, but also the regular skeletons keep rolling after me as well. That's just rude. Okay, No bonfire here, it would look like. But that's fine. Tomb of the Giants, I'm probably going to regret saying this, but Tomb of the Giants is not too bad. It is not the worst zone. I know my way through it pretty decently, because I've gone through it many a times. I even had to go up through it backwards, because one time during a fog wall randomizer, I was stuck at the bottom of the Tomb of the Giants, and we had to get out through that way. It was a harrowing adventure, I must say. But we're just gonna make our way through to the bottom. Good day, good sirs. We're not gonna fall for Patch's tricks because, I mean, we're right next to the end of the game. We don't really need to bother with that. And sit at the bonfire. And then we carry on, because yeah, going through Patches' area just is kind of a detour for some loot, and we're not into that. We don't do that kind of stuff. Ow. How did you turn so fast to hit me? That's just against the rules, I must say. Okay, and you go this way, and you can fall off there, I think. I'm not gonna try that, because I don't know, I quite like to see where I'm going, even if it's not the optimal route. Nope, and then you go this way, around to the left, then there's the ladder hole, right? No ladder hole. Must be another, yeah, there's another ramp, and then the ladder hole. Ow. Excuse you. Okay. Ladder hole, you drop down there, then you go this way. Easy enough. I mean, the sunlight maggot certainly makes it easier. When I was going up through it backwards, we didn't have a light source, so we just kind of needed to remember the way through out of just sheer brain power. It was fun. It was a good time. But I would not recommend it to anybody. Then you just need to make it past the fake pinwheels. Maybe these are the real pinwheels? I'm not sure. And we get to Nito. Should be no problem. I probably should have upgraded that bonfire, though, now that I think about it. I think if you go here... Nope. Still takes half your HP to drop in here. And I do not have any divine weapons. So these guys are just gonna be a... Nope. Mistimed it. You needed to do it at the end of the screen. Guys, can you stop rolling? Ebos! Hey. It's been a while. Oh, and I got the big skeletons on me. This is a problem. Can you guys stop with the rolling? Seriously, that roll attack is the most obnoxious thing any enemy does in this game. Hey, Nito, can you help me out here? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, and one survived. Of course one survived. Why wouldn't they? I mean, it's my luck, so of course they would. But thank you for the assist, Nito. I appreciate it. And skadoosh? Yes. Yeah, those skeletons are really the hardest part of this entire fight. If you can just get him to do his AoE a few times, clear out all the skeletons, you'll win easily. Life is good. How has the Dark Souls been going? Very well. That was the final major boss we had left, and now we're going on to the final boss, which actually means this stream would only be like an hour long. Huh. I kind of thought we'd be stuck on the bed of chaos for a bit longer. Because, I mean, I did the one side the first try, and then the other side after like 2 more tries. But then after I got the right side, I just went straight into the middle. So, yeah, that was pretty fast. No, not Sunlight Altar. I keep thinking Sunlight Altar is the place, but it's not. You need to go Firelink Shrine and jump down. Better than Elden Ring? In some ways, yes. Certainly this run is going a lot better than the Elden Ring run. We can switch our helmet back to the crown. There we go. Jump in the hole. Skip the cutscene. Go here. And offer souls. There are a few more things we could do, like we could do the DLC, we could do the painted world, but there's really no reason to. I mean, this is the end. This is it. Yeah, and honestly, I think the hardest part of this whole run was the Quelaag skip. Like, oh no, actually getting Capra Demon dead with 8 fireballs, that was the hardest part, by a long shot. But Quelaag was definitely a second, you know, a close second, because yeesh. I'm just glad that shortcut that we took, or unlocked with the 30 humanity, didn't require us to go through any lava. So that was 30 humanity well spent, because we were not going to be able to get that charred orange ring. Ow. I missed that timing so bad. But that's fine. And this isn't going to do anything for us. Dude, can you do an attack and whiff so I can actually heal? Thank you. Hate these guys. They always try to catch you when you're trying to roll past them. Like that. Why was that attack so fast? And why do I get up so slowly? You know, it's also weird because the Black Knights, these guys right here, they all have insanely high fire defense because they were charred when Gwyn... I think it was when Gwyn linked to the fire. They all got a bit roasty toasty. And that made it so that they have good fire resistance. But then Gwyn himself, who was also there, didn't. Or maybe it's because these guys helped Gwyn kill the dragons, and dragons breathe fire. Maybe that's why they're so resistant to it, but I'm not sure. I know that these guys are pretty much just Silver Knights that were charred. So yeah, I'm not sure why they're like this. Hello, Gwyn man. Okay, fire damage is pretty good. Hello, my good man. One frame hit. I know it well. Yeah, this isn't gonna be easy because he has such a long range and fast attack. Yep. Long range, fast attacks. I might need to do combustion. That's the only thing I'll have time for. How's the creative process? It's going decently. I recently had an issue. Quite an issue. And actually I wanted to talk with this about this to you, Ebos. And I'm glad that you brought it up. Essentially, I started writing something, and I realized that I was still writing in present tense, which apparently, I've looked this up pretty extensively, apparently most writers have a much easier time writing in past tense rather than present tense, and that present tense, like, pulls them out of their comfort zone. But very rarely there's a writer that is much better at present tense and can't do past tense all that well. And so I was trying, because I noticed I was writing in present tense, so I tried to kind of switch it over to past tense and see if I could write that way. And it really felt like, you know, if you're trying to put something together and there's like two pieces that need to have the screw hole line up so you can put the screw in and, you know, fasten them together, but they're like halfway apart, you know, and so you need to kind of bend the metal to get the holes to line up so you can do it. That's what it felt like. The entire time trying to do past tense just felt like I was bending the metal of my writing in order to make it fit. And it was painful. So, I don't know how people do past tense so comfortably. My running theory right now is that people just have a narrator in their head. That when they look at their own stories, it's through the kind of lens of another being. I do not have that. You know? Trying to look at my story in such a way is very difficult for me, because I don't see it as something that happened in the past, you know? It's something that, like, happens actively and right in front of me, you know? So it's very weird to try to almost adapt my own story to... But yeah, anyways, that is what... There we go. Easy. Okay. As where you always read it in present? Well, you would think so. But apparently the vast majority of books is in past tense. The vast majority. Really, the only books that people reference to as like a successful book series that is written in present tense is the Hunger Games series. So, and people don't really always notice it. It apparently just kind of reads as if you're seeing the story unfold in front of you if it's in past tense written wise. So it's really weird. But yeah, I have a very close relationship with my own stories, and I do always see it as something presently happening in front of me, like I'm watching it as if it's a movie, you know?
Safe return. Let Kath and Frampt serve your highness.
Oh yeah, and then there's this happening over here.
We are here to serve your highness.
See, I don't know. I think I might just simply try to keep it in present tense. I do need to learn how to do past tense, I think, eventually. But it's just so hard to do. And I'm never gonna be able to write correctly until I get used to past tense if I keep trying to force myself into it. So, I'm just gonna do what's comfortable. And, you know, keep it as is. Cause yeah, trying to do past tense just hurts me. I don't know why. May not be my thing. It just doesn't seem like it is. Yeah. And even though apparently there's a lot of people that will never read books if they're in present tense, so I'll be like ostracizing a certain number of readers, I think that it is worth it to make it easier for me to read, or for me to write, and then I'll make like less errors, thus requiring less editing, and I can write more and faster, so then I'll hopefully get more readers just by having more stories out. So, who knows? But I was trying to work on that recently, some writing, and it's very fun. It's good stuff. I need to finish the Drew story. I have chapter 3 done. I'm still working on chapter 4 because that's a tough chapter to figure out. Readers are that fussy. Yeah, they apparently there are some readers that if they see something in present tense, they just will put it down immediately and never pick it back up because they just don't like it. They just can't get into it. But I think that might just be because a lot of present tense things are written by amateurs. And I mean, to be fair, I am kind of an amateur, but it's like mostly fan fictions and stuff that are written in present tense. So I think that's why a lot of people kind of walk away from them, is because they assume that the quality is going to be bad if it's present tense. But I just need to make sure my writing is good enough that even in present tense, it doesn't cause anyone to notice it, you know? So yeah, it's a whole ordeal. But also, they said that, from the information that I was reading online, that actually, present tense is a lot better for, why is my brain breaking? It's a lot better for battle scenes. That's what I was trying to say. I kept getting battle and better mixed up. And really, combat writing is my bread and butter. Like, that is what I like to do. Trying to get, you know, like, good interpersonal relationships are difficult for me and stuff like that, but when it comes to just like pure combat, I can really do that quite well, I think. So I think the present tense writing does lend itself to my strengths quite well, and that would be good. Cause yeah, trying to like, I was trying to explain it to someone earlier, and I was basically explaining it like, can you imagine trying to commentate a sports game in past tense? You know? You know? Because it's just impossible. I mean, not really impossible, but it's very improbable to be able to see something happening in front of you and translate it all into what happened, you know? Just like, oh, Jimbo passed the ball, and now he has gone and thrown it into the... No, wait, that's even present tense. He threw it into the goal. And it's like, it doesn't make sense, because you say he throws it into the goal, you know? Because he's doing it right then. So yeah, it's just not something that you can do. It's weird. So yeah. And yeah, maybe it is an English thing. I'm not sure. I don't really know how the tenses work in other languages even, because I only know 2 other languages, and even those I know very little in. Like, I know a little bit of German and a little bit of Japanese. And neither one I really ever got fluent in, and I can only really understand certain things. And honestly, in Japanese, I kind of got as far as learning hiragana and some katakana and some words. I never got very far. So, yeah. But it might be completely different.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Okay, now we're in New Game Plus. We don't really have to be here, but I guess while I'm just talking about writing, I can just kind of walk through this. So yeah, I don't know how the tenses work in other languages. It's a bit weird. It's further than you'll ever get. I mean, if you're Dutch speaking and you learned English, then that means that you're way ahead of me, you know, because you know 2 languages. So that's, you know, that's impressive. I certainly am not the kind of person that can learn languages very easily, sadly. I wish I was. You know, it is a lot of work and dedication to learn another language. And that is tough to do. So yeah, we just destroy this guy. In German, but you can't write it. Oh, well, that's pretty impressive. It's just too hard. Yeah. You know, in German, the thing that really messed me up was the gendering issue of, like, everything, even like, you know, like elephant is a female word, and, you know, desk is male or something like that. It's like, even words that you wouldn't think have anything to do with gender, everything has some kind of male, female, or neutral connotation to it. And when you're talking about male, female, or neutral words, you need to use different thes. Like, there are 5 different variations of the or something, one for each, you know, different gender thing. So it's really weird. Like, you know, how you keep track of everything, you know, like, I mean, saying like, oh, my wife, that's obviously going to be in a female thing, because, you know, the word wife would be written in German as in a female, I don't even know what as gendered female. But in the language, there are just, even inanimate objects have a genderedness to them, and it's really hard to keep track of all that. Let's see.
Regrettably, but there is an
Because
that
there's
point out.
D, like D-I-E, which was the female the. There was de, so D-E-R, which was the male the. And then there was something else. I think das? No, that's that, right? I don't know what the neutral the was. It's been a long time. But yeah, multiple thes for multiple gender tenses, and it's very weird to try to like keep that all in your head when you're trying to learn the language. Well, honestly, once you've learned the words, it becomes second nature, but it just kind of adds like another layer of complexity to learning each word, you know? But yeah, it's a very cool language, and I like the way it sounds. I like the way it just is, you know? That's why I was trying to learn it. So yeah, I certainly enjoy learning German, but I really need to get back to it. And Japanese, of course, I want to learn, because then I won't need subtitles on my anime, you know? And then I could even watch, you know, Japanese streamers and not have to worry about, like, subtitles or anything, which would be great. But, alas, Japanese is a really hard language to learn, because they have 3 whole alphabets that are all different from English, and one of them is such a huge alphabet of thousands of characters that are all different, and you can't even like learn them. It's just uh it is a lot. There's a lot to learn. And honestly, I did learn like half of, I mean, I learned all the hiragana. I only memorized like half of it. So I only probably remember by this point about a quarter of it. So yeah, that's also a problem. If you don't use the language often enough, you're just gonna get completely confused by it after a while and just forget it all. Japanese is impressive. It is. It's very impressive. It's a big and intricate language, and I enjoy it. I like the sound of it. I like the way it's written and all that. But it's very hard to learn. Of course, I think English is also very hard for people to learn. You know, if you're going from certain languages to English, it is difficult. Like, Japanese to English is probably about as difficult as English to Japanese would be for us, because they just work so differently, you know? So yeah, it's a whole to-do. All of the languages are pretty difficult. Luckily, English is very similar to a lot of other languages because of the, what is it, like the Germanic root languages or something? I don't remember what they're called, but yeah. So, you know, from English to German was pretty simple overall, because there were a lot of words that either sounded similar or just were the exact same. Like, I remember sitting there learning German and just seeing the word sofa, and I was like, sofa, does that mean the same thing? And it did. It's literally, it literally is just the word for couch. So apparently I'm no you know, authority on the matter, but yeah, it was funny because some words were like the exact same, and I enjoyed when that happened. But and even like cat is like katze, and what was there was a male version of that, or what's that male version? I don't remember. It was a whole to do. No, I think cat was always, yeah, cat was always female, and it was katze, I think. Boot or boat, yeah, yeah. Some of those are so similar, and it makes it so easy. It's so nice to just be able to go right to it. But then sometimes you accidentally misspell it, you know, because you think it's the exact same word, and even if it like sounds the same, it still has like a difference in spelling sometimes. So yeah, that can be a little confusing if you're just assuming that it's like English and then you misspell it completely. That's a bit of a problem. But anyways, I guess we can level up. There's not much to do because this is New Game Plus, so we've kind of just beaten the game, and that's it. But yeah, good stuff. I don't know what to do from here on. I could just end because that was the final boss and the run is over, but sentence construction is the same mostly, except like if you're trying to say that's not good, you would say das ist gut 9. So the no, which is 9, is at the end of the sentence. So you're saying that's good, no. Like, the sentence structure is a little different, you know, there's some nuances to it. At least as far as I've heard. I don't know, maybe some people go around saying das ist nein gut, but I've never really heard someone say that, I don't think. So yeah, there are certain small differences between sentence construction in these languages, but I think for the most part it's pretty similar. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I do like other languages, they're very nice. I wish that I was better at learning them. Like, in another life, if I was better at learning languages, I might have been one of those, like, people that know 10 or 15 languages and they're like an ambassador or something. They can just go around to any country they go to, they know how to speak the language. I'd like to do that. Because that would just be really cool, honestly. But yeah. And you know, it sucks because I'm enjoying just having a conversation about languages and writing and stuff, but there's nothing to do here unless I just want to beat the game on New Game Plus with Pyromancy. That is possible, but I don't think that would be necessary. It's something to do while I talk, I guess. Because otherwise, my only other option is either change the game and go play something else or just end stream for the day. Because I don't know. But you know how I don't like putting 2 different games in the same stream, because I like having everything nice and orderly, you know? You gotta have it all lined up with the part 1, part 2, part 3, and all that. Because it's just such a pet peeve of mine, is when other people just have like random names to their videos. And so you click on something that has a clickbait title, and then you figure out, oh, this is part 5 of a series. Like, well, how the heck was I supposed to know that? You know? And then you try to find the first part, and you're like, alright, which clickbait sounds like the clickbait of the first episode? You know? Like, I hate it when things don't have clear, concise numbering to each of the parts of the series, you know? It's so frustrating. So yeah, that's why I'm very adamant to just have 1 game per stream, so I can put the numbering on it, and it's all in order, and everyone can find it easily, you know? And I really need to catch up on making playlists on my VOD channel, because I was doing that right at the start. I was doing that at first, and now I'm not doing that anymore.
Let me get, but there's no.
So yeah.
1 ring, not much. So.
How did I develop an interest in German? Now that is an interesting story. Not very long, though. Essentially, what happened was I had a friend that I met through a sibling of mine and that friend lived in Germany. I don't know how they met, but it, you know, the person lived in Germany and spoke German, also English, obviously, but it got me interested in, you know, hey, I should learn some German, you know, because my new friend speaks German, so I should be able to speak it too. And then I just kind of liked the language, and I never stopped trying to learn it, even though I haven't talked to that person in years. We had quite the falling out because, you know, I was very young at the time, but yeah, so it's an interesting situation though, because even though the person that I wanted to learn the language for is no longer in my life, I'm still like, hey, this is a cool language. But yeah, and of course with Japanese, there's a lot of practical things in the streaming sphere that I could get out of knowing Japanese. A lot of Japanese streamers in these circles. And we got grabbed. That's not good. I do wonder if I can just keep upgrading my Estus Flask, because now we're in New Game Plus 1, and all the Firekeeper souls are back. So I'm guessing I can. But I wonder what the upper limit of the flask is. Maybe that's why they made it so that the Firekeeper souls give humanities. Is so that after, you know, once you've done enough New Game Pluses that your Estus Flask is maxed out, you don't have to just not use them on anything. It actually makes a lot of sense. A lot of German culture is hidden in the US? Really? But yeah, I mean, I did hear, this is a little off topic, but I saw a video recently that said that in Germany, it's very impolite to wish someone an early happy birthday. So that was a very interesting tidbit of, you know, the unique culture over there in Germany. But, you know, in the US, you never really have an issue with just wishing someone an early happy birthday. It's kind of like common practice here. Ow. How'd that even hit me? So yeah, let's see if we can't get the Firekeeper soul over here. Just because, I don't know, I want to do something. But, you know, even if I try to beat the game again on New Game Plus, it's not going to make a huge difference. Because I'm still not going to be able to kill Quelaag. Ow. Ow. Why do these guys shoot so quickly? It doesn't really matter, because we're going to be dead in like 5 seconds anyway. Just give me the item. Thank you. There we go. Okay, and the Firekeeper's still alive. I wonder if... Can you get a second Ring of Favor and Protection? I think you can. Alright, we'll reinforce the Estus Flask another 2 times. That's very nice for us. Yeah, but you can't equip 2 Rings of Favor and Protection, sadly. I think that each ring in this game is unique equipped. Yeah, I've heard a lot about Hamburg, mainly because, you know, everyone kind of points to it as, and is like, huh, hamburger. But I've heard quite a bit of Hamburg, but at the same time, I've not seen a lot of it. Like, I've heard it mentioned a lot, but I've never actually seen, like, pictures of the place. So that's kind of odd. Though I'd like to visit Germany someday. Maybe not live there, just because I heard that due to recent things, the electricity cost is like through the roof. which is not good news for trying to live somewhere. But I suppose that that's not really the biggest cost you're having to worry about anyways. I mean, electricity probably never costs all that much. But who knows? I don't live there. So I can't really say how, you know, the state of it currently is with the electricity things. It's through the roof all over the EU. Really? That is a bit odd. I mean, on one hand, I've heard some people say what's causing that, but I don't know if that's just, you know, speculation or if that's actually the cause of it. Companies using panic. Because I'd heard a lot of people saying that because a lot of countries are leaning really far into green power, that it's making electricity cost a lot more because green power is not money efficient. And so, yeah. So I've seen many things that were, you know, talking about that, but once again, just opinion pieces and stuff, not really anything official talking about it. But it is kind of weird, because I don't know if it's a very common held belief, but I personally really like the idea of nuclear power. You know, it's very clean, very plentiful, very powerful, you know? So, I've never understood the idea of people, like, being scared of or hating nuclear power as much as they do. It's never made a lot of sense to me. Oh, so nuke is the way for it. Yeah, you do agree. That's good. Because, yeah, I mean, I understand there's, like, nuclear issues of plants failing, like Chernobyl and stuff, but we haven't had any of that in recent history. Like, that hasn't happened in years now, and we shouldn't be so scared of it. I mean, you know how many nuclear plants are running day in and day out currently with 0 failures? Like, the track record is absolutely immaculate for nuke, even when it's, you know, has a few big issues on the record. Carbon has killed more people than nuclear. That is true. That is very true. And, you know, and really carbon, like, for me, it's like there's always been carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and there always will be. And plants eat the stuff, so as long as the ecosystem is healthy and, you know, we get things under control, it should all heal. But my biggest issue is that we're digging so very much. Like, have you seen coal excavations? Like, they're horrible. They're immense. And it's like just every other effect of carbon-based power is so damaging to everything we need, you know? And, like, simultaneously we're, like, killing the oceans with pollution and all that. And it's just, you know, the ocean is the biggest manufacturer of oxygen, if you did not know. You know, it's right up there with the Amazon rainforest, because algae produces so much oxygen and is constantly being eaten and regrowing. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy to me how much people, like, forget that the ocean is the lifeblood of the planet. You know, if we pollute the ocean, we are absolutely poisoning the earth, and that's not a good situation to be in. Nuke isn't endless. That is true. There is only a certain amount of nuclear, you know, materials on the planet, but at the same time, there is so much of it, and only, like, there's so much of it that we have available now, that and it's so efficient. Like, even a little tiny bit of nuclear material is able to power, like, entire cities. So really, even though there's not a lot of it, there's enough. And we're starting to get, you know, we only really need enough to get us through until we get nuclear fusion up and running. Because, or is it fission? I don't remember. Whatever is the one we're not currently using. I think we're using fission. And we need fusion? I don't remember. It's hard to remember these things. I'm no nuclear scientist or nuclear engineer. That's my brother's job. My brother's a nuclear engineer. But yeah, so it's like once we get that up and running, as far as I can tell, it will be an infinite source of nuclear power, because you'll be able to kind of just take apart and put together cells to release the nuclear energy in them, and then that will just be good. Like, that'll cause a ton of energy production once we get it up and running. Because I believe we did have a plant that was able to make those kinds of reactions happen, but just at a net energy loss. So it was such an energy input that was needed to get it going that it wasn't worth it for the amount of power we got out of it. But once we get that all more efficient, then we would have... Ow. He didn't even give me the Titanite shard. That's rude. It's covert weapons development. Honestly, it could be. Yeah. I mean, really, any nuclear production could be weaponized, you know? But we'll see, I guess. In theory, if it could give us a source of nuclear energy that wouldn't require resources that are scarce, like uranium and stuff like that, then I would be all for it. Plus, people are going to develop weapons anyways, all the time, so really, I don't think it doesn't really change a lot, you know? Weapons are going to be developed, and we already have nuclear weapons, so even if we get more efficient nuclear weapons, they're not going to be... They can't really get much stronger without tearing the Earth apart, you know? I mean, the SAR... What was it? Was it SAR Bomba or SAR... I don't know if there's a T at the beginning. Like a T sound. I know there is a T. But yeah, the SAR Bomba was absolutely, like, yeesh. That thing was already at Earth-destroying magnitudes. And if it... Oh, I forgot. Who wants to rush straight to Sen's Fortress? Yeah, so it was... that bomb is absolutely terrifying, and we can't get much more powerful than that without just tearing the world asunder. So I am not too worried about weapons research right now, you know? It just seems kind of like a moot point at this point. Of course, if some countries get nuclear weapons at all, that could be an issue. Like, countries that already have nuclear weapons, getting more isn't a problem, but if every nation on the planet had nuclear weapons, I would be pretty scared. Because, you know, like, the chance that there's just gonna be one unhinged ruler, like, you know, quite a few certain leaders in history that would use nuclear weapons as just annihilate the world. I think the chance of that becoming an issue goes up the more countries have access to it, you know? And honestly, weaponizing nuclear power is probably not a good thing at all. So... Wait, the SAR Bomba was only 1/2 the capacity of what they were going for? What were they going for? Were they going for, yeah, you see that country over there? Now you don't. Like, what? How is that? That thing already could take out multiple, I'm pretty sure, take out like multiple cities in one hit. What else do you need? So yeah, I do not... That was an accident. Frickin' Elden Ring. Make me forget what buttons are. Always more. That's true. It's the human's insatiable hunger for power. It's just, you need it more, you need it bigger, you need it better, you know? And even if it doesn't need to be bigger by any metric, humans will still be like, I wonder if we can advance this. It's very much that meme where it's just the keyboard with the button that's just like more, and then, oh shoot, go back. That's kind of the situation we get ourselves into every time. We go way too far. Yeah, creating is harder than destroying. And if you're creating things to destroy things, that, you know, becomes a bit of an issue. Okay, so I forget how we do this. Okay, that didn't do it. I think my back needs to be up against the thing a bit more. There we go. Like this. Nah, it didn't work either. Come on, dude. Do better. If this skip even works. Or if I'm even in the right area. I might need to be down further towards the bottom of the stairs. Who's to say? Well, not closer to the bottom. That's definitely not what we needed to do. Yeah, definitely destruction. Destruction is easy. But yes, I should probably stop just running around doing random stuff, because I don't know if I'll be able to get the send skip. I've gotten it before, I haven't seen a video doing it in a long time, so I don't know the exact spot I'm supposed to stand in. So, I should probably just go, and we'll figure out what we're doing next stream. Although, what are we doing next stream? I have no idea. I mean, I could always continue The Witcher. I don't know how much others were enjoying that, but we could continue that. I could do more Ashram's Call, because I always like playing that. I could play some WoW, because I do still have some time on there. There's a bunch of stuff that I could do, and there's always more games that I have. So yeah, we'll figure it out. If you have any suggestions, I would say you should say it now, but hope you didn't notice it too much. Not too much, just a little bit, but you know, it wasn't too noticeable. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for what I should maybe play next, then I would definitely listen to that. Because it's always difficult to choose the next game, don't you know? So yeah, I should probably end the stream. It's very sad though, because it's only been like an hour. I mean, it was only an hour to finish the rest of the game, and then I've just been talking about, you know, the climate and some semi-political stuff for like the last 20 minutes. Only 1 hour? Yeah. It was like Bed of Chaos took the first 20 minutes, and then Nido took the next 10-15 minutes, and then the rest was just go kill Gwyn and watch the cutscene, and then it was over. So it really was not all that much. So we'll do more next time. We just had to finish up this bad boy, and honestly, I thought it would take longer. It's much better. Oh gosh, it was much better than that last episode of the Dark Souls 3 run, where I was like, you know, oh yeah, we're gonna be fighting the hardest boss in the Souls series, let's go, and then I go and just beat it on the second attempt, and then go and beat the final boss first try, and then the stream was like 20 minutes long, so it's better than that, but still pretty similar. It's fine. You didn't say anything too silly, you know. I agree with most of what you were talking about. So yes, but good to see you, Ebos. And additionally, I don't know if you're still here, but Alaya, also thank you for coming in and hanging out with me. And I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you most likely tomorrow, when I'll be playing something else. So yeah, see you then. Goodbye.